From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. When the Guadalupe River surged more than 26 feet in less than an hour on July 4th, it was not just a flood. It was a force of nature tearing through central Texas. The river carried away vehicles, homes, and lives, leaving behind wreckage that looked more like the aftermath of a tornado than a thunderstorm. Flash floods can look deceptively calm before turning catastrophic. In the Guadalupe River Basin, thunderstorms dumped more than 10 inches of rain, overwhelming the system and triggering a wall of water that moved with crushing speed. At its peak, the Guadalupe River was moving an estimated 150,000 cubic feet of water every second, more than 4,200 tons. Gregory Waller, a service coordination hydrologist with the West Gulf River Forecast Center, compared it to a column of 18-wheelers barreling downstream, saying, "We had 150,000 of these cubic feet going through. You could equate it like a column of 18-wheelers coming down that river system, knocking everything out." But it wasn't just water. It picks up debris. It picks up a log, which becomes a medieval battering ram. It picks up a car, a house. That creates more surface area and more force. Fast-moving water is about 800 times denser than air. Just a few feet of floodwater can exert more pressure than an EF5 tornado. They're both catastrophic, even though the damage looks similar. A tornado is 100-plus miles an hour, 200-plus miles an hour of winds, but only for a few minutes. We're talking about a volume of water that even in a fast-responding river system, it's 2 to 3 hours to go up, 2 to 3 hours to come down. That longer exposure means more time for damage to occur, more structures to be compromised, and more lives to be put at risk. Waller said that every cubic foot of water weighs 62 pounds. You get to 1,000 cubic feet per second moving through an area, you're talking about 62,000 pounds of force. And during some of this summer's deadliest flooding, the total water weight reached 7.5 million pounds per second. And as Waller illustrated, floodwaters don't just push, they carry. Logs, cars, propane tanks, even houses become part of the current, compounding the danger with each new object. The result is damage that can look indistinguishable from a high-end tornado, but stretched across an entire town. Flash flooding has always been a summertime threat, but the risks are evolving. AccuWeather's Brett Anderson said warmer air holds more water vapor. More water vapor means a higher potential for heavy rainfall events. In central Texas, that amplification was made worse by land conditions. AccuWeather's Dan DePodwin said this area was under severe to extreme drought just before the floods. The soil was very hard and dry, like raining onto concrete. It had nowhere to go other than down the river very quickly. Nationwide, the trend is expanding, with Anderson adding, "We're seeing a greater amount of land area being affected by these extreme rainfall events across the entire U.S. There's a projected 20 to 40% increase in rainfall events in the Tennessee Valley and parts of New England." According to NOAA, this year already ranks as the third deadliest flash flood year since the Great Flood of 1913. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.